Good morning. I decided to do an impromptu what I ate in a day video today, so we're gonna see how it goes. Toby is already bothering me at my feet and meowing at me because he wants treats as well. So I'm gonna show you all the different things. My routine is quite different now, so I'm not sure how recording myself is gonna be, if I will be able to do that, but I will try to figure it out. Yeah. First, I actually start probably about 2 or 3 times a week. I start with a wheatgrass. It's not a shot, it's a drink. And I've been buying these little individual packets from just my health food store. They're like $1. And wheatgrass just has a lot of stuff, like a lot of amino acids and stuff that are really good for your body. So I've been trying to do that and trying to kind of maybe ward off, you can see in there, it looks really gross. I mix it with lemon, that's a squeeze of lemon, and some ice cubes. It's like 8 ounces of water. I measured it out. So I just shake this up and I'm gonna drink this while I get ready. Okay, so it is breakfast time. Today I had 2 scrambled eggs, probably about 1/4 cup of egg whites, and some almond milk. I'm trying to avoid dairy as much as possible. It's just not sitting right with me, so that's how I get fluffy eggs. I just add a little bit of egg whites and almond milk. And then I have a piece of Alvarado Street Bakery, I think it's the California style sprouted bread, with about 2 points of avocado. This is 4 points with the eggs. So where am I right now? 4 points with eggs, and then 4 points with avocado and bread. So I'm at 8 points right now. I forgot to mention the wheatgrass is 0 points, and I always do that on an empty stomach just to get, I think, all of the nutrients. I think it digests better in your body empty stomached. I have my little seasoning station. So in my eggs, I put just I like to grind my own pepper, and I really love this one from Market Pantry from Target. I love rosemary. I put it on everything. I put this kelp seasoning. It's supposed to be kind of a salt alternative. Oh yeah, it says salt alternative on it. And I put that on. It has iodine in it, and I know that we're severely lacking in iodine, so I put that on it. It does not taste fishy. Maybe if you put a lot of it in, it doesn't taste like oceany or seaweedy. I don't even honestly really notice it. And then I put Bragg's nutritional I put Bragg's nutritional yeast in it. It adds some, again, it's kind of like a sugary, or not sugary, it adds kind of a salty flavor, cheesy a little bit, but it has a lot of nutrients in it for you, so that's what I do. And then on my toast, I'm like every other person, and I put Trader Joe's everything but the bagel seasoning on my toast, and then I add a tiny bit of garlic salt. I just love garlic salt. Also, I made a little coffee drink. I made my own cold brew in a French press, and I'll put the directions to do that down below. So in my actual coffee, I put about 1/4 cup of just pumpkin puree, canned pumpkin. And I did it in just I just have a magic bullet, so I don't use a fancy blender or anything like that. Put about 1/4 cup of that. I put 1 scoop of collagen peptides, unmeasured amount of pumpkin spice, unmeasured amount of cinnamon, and I put some nut pods. I think you can have up to 4 tablespoons of nut pods in your, this is just an almond and coconut milk creamer. It's unsweetened, which I like because I don't like super sweet coffee, but I think you can have up to 4 tablespoons for 1 point, so I'm just counting this as 1 point. I have makeup on now, I got ready. So one thing I didn't mention, or I don't think I've mentioned on here before, is that I don't count points for supplements. When I first started Weight Watchers, I was doing gummy vitamins. That was just what was available to me, and I think it was supposed to be 1 point for my vitamins, and I just think that's kind of stupid. I'm not going to count points for my collagen peptides or anything like that. I'm trying to do a lot of joint support because I've had some inflammation. I'm also going to take 1 turmeric. It's supposed to be really good for joint pain and stuff like that, so I'm doing that. But I just don't count points because I'm not going to overdose on gummy vitamins. I'm not going to take them when I shouldn't or whatever, and I know the wheatgrass is 0 points, but I don't know about collagen peptides, and I don't really care because like I'm not trying to drink collagen like as a treat. It's to supplement my joints and stuff like that right now, because I've had some inflammation. So that is breakfast. Okay, so it is lunchtime. I'm making myself some wraps. The darkness, the lighting might be kind of weird in here. I brought 2 of the Josephs Pitas, and I split 3 slices of Applegate smoked turkey. I just brought them in this like little container because I'm gonna make 2 sandwiches, but I just wanted to put this one together to record. On top of the pita, this darkness is not very good, I put about a tablespoon of that Oasis fat-free black bean dip, which I showed in my last What I Ate. And then I've recently been super into this Good Foods guacamole. You can have 2 tablespoons for 1 point. So the turkey is, I'm counting it as 1 point for the 3 slices, and then 1 point each for the pitas. So I have a 4-point lunch, and then I'm just gonna eat an orange, just a navel orange, and then these carrots that are clearly in need of being eaten because they're starting to get dry. So yeah, this is it's gonna be a super filling 4-point lunch, and I'm starving, so hopefully the lighting's okay. So I'm getting ready to make dinner right now, and I'm feeling a little bit snacky, but one thing I do where if I'm not like starving while I make dinner, I will just brew some tea. This is caffeine free, and I love this one. This one comes out every Christmas, and I always buy, this is actually gone, so I have an extra box, and it'll probably come back out pretty soon. But I just really like this one, and I think that's a good tip if you are feeling a little bit snacky while you're eating. Tea will kind of fill you up a little bit. I'm also gonna brew one of these. I mentioned this last week, but it's a really good caffeine-free herbal tea, and I'm gonna actually brew that and have it for my morning like treat, I guess. I'm gonna have it for my morning tea instead of coffee tomorrow morning. I wanted to quick mention too that I filmed a clip of me having my Starbucks iced coffee, but there was someone standing really close to me, so I didn't want to do any audio. I really like having that Starbucks iced coffee as an emergency caffeine for when I'm feeling like a migraine is coming on. And I was definitely dealing with a headache earlier today, and it has gone away now. But that iced coffee is really good because it's unsweetened and it tastes really good without creamer. I'm typically someone who wants like some sort of like half and half or something like that, and that's one that I can have totally plain, so it's 0 points. And obviously these teas that I'm making are also 0 points, so it's really nice to have. And there's Toby. So we are at dinner time. This looks a little questionable, but I decided to have pasta for dinner. So I did a whole wheat pasta. 2 ounces is 6 points. It's just 100% whole wheat. I used up a package that I already had. So any kind of 100% whole wheat noodles would be fine. 6 points. I roasted an entire eggplant. That's what these little pieces are. Just dry roasted it with some seasoning, and I did that for 30 minutes at 350. Flipped it halfway through, piled a ton of that. It's probably like half an eggplant on here. And then I did another one of these. I mentioned this in my last one, but I did a chicken burger, just one of those, and that's 3 points. And then my sauce is actually from Whole Foods. It's not expensive, and it is fat-free. And I mentioned in my last What I Ate in a Day is that I don't really look for fat-free, but this one is fat-free because it just doesn't have olive oil in it. So the ingredients are actually really, really good, and you can have a half of a cup of this for 0 points. So I decided to try that, and I think this is actually going to be quite good. And then I added nutritional yeast, pepper, and rosemary. And then I ended up roasting some kale. I put a bunch of kale out, and I kind of like pile it together in the middle so it doesn't get like it's like a little bit crispy, you can see, but it also has a lot of like green on it still, so it's still like, you can still bite it. It's not crispy, I guess. I don't know how to say it. And I just put some salt on it. That it's kind of it's a mix. I can actually show it to you. I put this on it, everything's salt, and it's just a grinder, and it just has, let's see where the ingredients are. It just is like a very generic, I think my mom got this for me at like Marshall's or something. So I put that on it. I really like kind of massage it. I do a tiny bit of coconut oil, like a quarter of a teaspoon for 1 point. And then balsamic vinegar. And this meal is huge, and it puts me at 20, I think 22 points for the day, or 23 points. And I already have a snack pre-checked for later. So we're at the end of the day. It's 9:07 p.m. and I am having my snack. This is not nutritious or nutrient dense, but it is Count Chocula, and it's one of my favorite like seasonal snacks to have. And I just measured out 1 cup of it, and I just eat it dry as like a little nighttime snack when I want it. And I'm just gonna have it with water today. I'm ending the day at 28 points. So I do have 2 spare points, but I just don't feel like, I didn't feel like I was as hungry today as I was expecting to be. I did forget to mention that I had a banana at work as well. It was a little bit harder for me to film, so I'll try to figure that out for next time, like maybe a better way to show, maybe if I just show everything out on the counter instead of filming at work. I'll figure that out, but I hope that you liked what you saw today, or maybe got some inspiration for different meals. I'm always looking at what people are eating and different meal ideas that I can take from them, so hopefully yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna go enjoy my snack, and Toby is trying to dig. Toby's trying to dig in the cupboards because he gets annoyed when I don't pay attention to him.